want to talk to you guys a little bit about the new Jewel Pee Wee Football HD jig that they just came out with. A lot of cool features on this jig. Let's just kind of go through it and I'll show you some of the features and some of the things that make this jig so much different. The first thing that you want to notice for sure is the size of the jig itself. It has a very, very small profile. It's not as big as any other football jig. It's similar profile to the original Pee Wee football jig, but this one's a lot heavier. It's got a beefier hook. That's the first thing you're going to notice. It still has that sickle hook in it that is so good at hooking up and hanging on the fish, but it's got a much bigger bite, so you can put a bigger trailer on there. Also has the double collar on it. First one holds your skirt in place, the other one holds your trailer, whatever trailer you want to use, holds it in place, and that goes all the way around the jig shank, so you're not going to lose your trailers as much. When you look at the head, you notice it's got a flat spot, so it will stand up when you pull it, so it has a tendency to stand up like that, and it also has that little scoop between the flat spot and the cross eye on it, and what that allows is it moves some silt and kind of stirs up the bottom when you're dragging it along the bottom. Unlike the Pee Wee, regular Pee Wee football jig, this one has a fiber weed guard in it. It doesn't have just the wire. It's soft enough that it's not going to interfere when you are hooking a fish, but it will keep you from hanging up in brush or other cover. You'll notice it's a little bit long. What I generally will do is I will cut it off at the same line as the hook. That way I've still got coverage on my hook point, but it's a little bit shorter, so there's no chance of it getting in the way. As far as the colors, we're going with the same colors that we had in the original Pee Wee. We've got black and blue, which is a classic jig color. Can't go without it. All of the skirts are the Microtech finesse skirt, so it's very thin, lightweight, and moves around the water quite a bit. It's a lot thinner than your normal silicone skirt. So you've got black and blue. You've got bass whacker, which is great for colored water. You've got the traditional peanut butter and jelly, another great color on table rock or any of the clear water impoundments. We've got first down, which is kind of a green pumpkin, a little bit of brown with some purple and orange fleck in it, so it does reflect out really good. You've got touchdown, which is one of my favorite colors. Again, it's more of a green pumpkin with some amber and some barb in it, a little bit of black barb on there. And then you've got Hail Mary, which is really kind of a craw color that'll mimic a craw just about anywhere. When you're looking at the skirts though, notice it's still the same double skirt, so it keeps all of those fibers separated, so none of them bind up, they don't get all jammed up on one side or the other. And it does have a rattle band on it, so if you do want to add rattles to the jig, you can always do that. As far as trailers are concerned, you can put whatever trailer you like to put on your football jig. I know a lot of guys throw baby brush hog, that sort of thing. Remember, you're trying to use that smaller profile right now, so a big brush hog or a big trailer like that, you're kind of defeating the purpose. The trailers I like are the VersaCraw trailers. Either the Pee Wee VersaCraw, which I will use intact, not make any modifications other than maybe separate the outer pinchers and the inner pinchers. Moves a lot of water, but it's great when it's more of a finesse bite and the fish are not being quite as aggressive. And then you've got the Junior, a little bit bulkier, moves a lot more water. Generally speaking, I'll cut off the first two segments of that so it fits on the hook a little bit better, but I've still got all this flapping action going on out here. Once I separate that and separate this, the middle one, it moves a lot of water, attracts fish from a distance. It gives you some of the basics of the new Jewel Pee Wee Football Jig HD. It's going to be a great fish catcher all around the country, but in particular, Table Rock, Bull Shoals, any of the Clearwater Highland Reservoir impoundments in the area.